Okay, so this is asking, what does it mean for two shapes to be similar in math? So for two shapes to be similar, that doesn't mean that they have to be the same exact shape. That doesn't mean that they have to be the same exact size. It just means that when they do the math for each triangle, that it has to be similar, which means if you were to do the math for these two, 2 times 2 equals 4 and 3 times 2 equals 6, which means that both sides can be times by 2 to get the other. So this means that these two are similar, but if this side was 7, 2 times 4 would still be 2, but 3 times 2 would not be 7. So for two shapes to be similar, it means that they have to be able to have the same divisor or whatever it's called. And for this one, it says there are 3 ways to prove two triangles are similar. Write down what they are and quickly explain what they mean. So there is S angle, and S. So side angle, side. Yeah, and so for this one, it means that you can have a triangle and you can have 2 sides, so 6 or whatever on 7, and then you could have this angle, and then you could have for angle you can figure out if there's two angles, 2 of these are 90, then that means the other one's going to be 90, but it doesn't have to be 90. But if you have 2 angles, then you can add them up and then subtract that from 180, because a whole triangle is 180. And then side is you could have 2 sides. So if you have 6 and 7, you can figure out so you can figure out this by if this was 12 and this was 14, then they would be similar because they're both times 2. But same thing with the concept of this. That shows if they're similar. For this one, I already wrote down a little bit of the math so that it could help me remember how to explain it. But you have this whole line which divides it, so you would do 50 over 45, and then you would do 40 over x, and those are equal. And 50 over 45 you would do 50 divide 45, and 50 divided 45 is 1.111, and then the ones just continue on. So I just rounded, and so then what you can do is you can do 40 times 1.1, and then it got 44. So x is basically 44, depending on wherever you round it to. But if you rounded it to the 10th, then it would be 44.